Welcome to The Crunch with Crib. I'm Jess, and each episode I'll be talking with some of WA's best real estate agents and business people to find out what makes them tick and what lessons they've learned on their journey to success. Matt McWaters has to be one of the nicest guys in real estate. Unassuming and modest, it's hard to tell he's dominated one of the most competitive pockets of Perth real estate for over 10 years. Recently opening his own agency, Harcourt's Empire in Wembley Downs, we got Matt in to chat about what drove that decision and how he stayed on top for so long. Matt, welcome to The Crunch.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank you very much for coming in and spending your time in here. So, first things first, question I generally ask all my guests is how did you get your start in real estate? Where did you come from?
My background was in air conditioning. I ran an air conditioning business. After probably 15, nearly 20 years of running that, I think I'd had enough of being in that construction-based industry, dealing with the issues relating to all of that. Real estate was always something I was interested in. I sort of did a little bit of property back then with investments and subdivisions and the likes. Had a really good mate that was one of my best mates that's in real estate. He sort of encouraged me to get going. So it was, time to make a move and transitioned across into real estate.
So were you a Friggy or were you working?
Yeah,
okay.
I was.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And your best mate who was in real estate, is he still in real estate?
Yeah, that's Andrew Cooper from Abode Real Estate.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Did you ever look back and regret it? Or been...
No, not at all. No, I look back and smile every time I think about it.
That's good. That's good. That means you still smile.
Yeah, no, I love it.
So, obviously you moved from being a sole agent to opening your own agency fairly recently, in the last couple of years.
Yep.
So what was what made you want to make that move?
I think I probably felt I'd achieved what I wanted to achieve at that point in time where I was, and I just wanted some new challenges.
Yeah.
So,
sorry to interrupt. How long had you been selling real estate at that point?
I would say probably around 12 years, 13 years, I suppose.
Yeah.
So it was time for a new challenge and some new directions maybe of what I was wanting.
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity came up. You know, I've been approached by a few people, I suppose, and really loved the values that Harcourt's had, and there was really common synergy there. I was looking to set something up that so that the people that came to work for us felt really good about where they worked and were happy and could achieve the goals that they wanted to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Having worked with so many good people in the industry, it was, I thought, oh, it'd be nice to, work with some of them in a place together.
Yeah. So how did you go about attracting those people into
Look, some of them, we're still very much in our early days. We've been going for 14 months. So the first 12 months or so has just been about learning the business, learning what we're doing rather than just going for rapid growth and just getting bums on seats for the sheer fact of having that.
Yeah.
That was not the business model we went in with. It was all about those that are working for us are successful and put the time into those people to be successful and grow the agency from there and attract people from there.
Yeah. I guess you're pretty lucky in that Harcourt's is the biggest agency or network in Australia and New Zealand.
One of.
And so, how's the support? Have they supported you in that?
Oh, they've been amazing. That changeover was seamless. They were incredible with that. And then the ongoing, it's still a family-run business in a way, the way Harcourt's model operates, which is very similar to us. Yeah. So their morals and ethics and everything about them really stood in line with everything that I stand for and that we want our business to be. Yeah. So it was an easy change.
That's good to hear. What were some of the bigger challenges that you faced, I guess, moving from just being an agent and looking after yourself to being a licensee and having a whole business to run?
It was the change from being an agent to licensee, which I don't even... I don't put titles on myself, I suppose, like that, has been really easy, to be perfectly honest with you. Nothing's changed for me. I'm still pretty much carrying on my day-to-day business like I was before. Mm-hmm. I think the secret is just surround yourself with really good people, and that really is no secret at all. I mean, any successful business or person, regardless of what industry they're in, has good people around them. I'm so lucky to have good people around me. And my wife, Lisa, is my business partner, but she has fantastic qualifications in business, so she takes care of all that business side of things. She's way clever at that than me. And I have the most amazing PA in Paige who keeps me on track as well.
Yeah. So what does your week look like? Juggling, well, it sounds like you're mainly focused on sales. But...
Yeah, so I'm very much focused on sales. So the so-called licensee role has been nice in a way because it gives you a little bit of a break from the normal day to day. And that really is just more of a role of talking to staff and if they've got issues, working through it, or how can we grow the business, how can we get better at what we're doing. So it's all good learning, fun things to do in the business.
What's one of the biggest things you've learnt in the last 14 months?
Oh, good question. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure with that one. What we've learnt, I think just doing things right first off, so you don't have to go back and do them again. It's probably been the best lesson in that. But I mean, we were pretty much on track with all that before. So it's really just been, what were we doing? Let's not change things too much. Let's just continue doing exactly what we're doing and then just make little changes along the way.
Yeah. What are some of the, I guess, the values that you were working with that you wanted to carry over when you started your own business? You've built.
I suppose the values of just being genuine, just being who you are, being genuine. So not trying to be someone else or something else or watching what someone else is doing and trying to be that. Just being yourself and adapt your business around that.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you about your farm area because you're an agent who has dominated your area for a really long time, and it is a really competitive, sought after part of Perth. There's lots of agents come and go in there, and you've managed to keep your market share, I guess, while other agents have come and gone. What do you put that down to?
I think it's a tough one because it's probably something that other people could answer better than me. But for me, I love what I do and I love the area that I work in. I suppose we live there. I grew up in that area. I know the area like the back of my hand. So, I have quite a connection with that local area. And for me, it's just about being myself and being who I am. Trying not to be something that I'm not, and people get that. People connect with that, and I think people really that's been that connection, that just getting to know people, getting to connect with people, rather than going in there and being something I'm not, or trying to be automated in the way that you deliver something. So it's just about being genuine. Yeah.
What is it that you love about real estate? Because you said before, you look back and the change puts a smile on your face, and it really is coming across in.
Sure.
What you're saying. So what is it about the job?
It's just, for me, it just fits my DNA perfectly.
Yeah.
I love talking and meeting people and hearing other people's stories and spending time learning about them and what makes them tick and what their motivations for doing what they are. So it's really just about people. I love the people aspect of it. And that's really, real estate is just, quite simply, it's all about people. So that's all it is.
How much attention are you paying to, particularly, I guess, now that you own your own business, the changes in technology and the change, it is a core business at heart, but there are a lot of disruptors and changes in terms of the way things operate. Is that something that you are kind of keeping an eye on? Do you think it's changing the game?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But I'm always been a bit of a techno person. I've always loved the latest gadgets and things like that. So things like that I find interesting, and I love researching all that sort of stuff. So look, the industry's changing. Some things for the better, maybe some things not. But we've got to keep moving with the times. Otherwise, you'll get left behind. So I think technology's good. Don't see the bad side of it. Just work with it. See how you can make it work for you.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you have? Not struggled with, but I guess those changes that, some things for the better, some things not.
As far as the bad things, you mean? I mean, look, I suppose there's, obviously, when you look at the disruptors in the industry, and I think the thing that troubles you the most is the advertising or marketing they might put out there and the spin that they put on it that is just not right. That's probably one of the areas.
Really fee-based marketing.
Yeah, and you just wish that the marketplace had a true understanding of what they were getting for that. But, I mean, that's our job then, to go out there and do our job and educate people and tell them why they should be going with us and not with them.
Is that something that you spend a lot of time doing at the moment, especially in this market, kind of justifying the fees and explaining the process to people?
I think if you go through if at appraisal level you're going through and doing your appraisal, you're probably not justifying. You don't have to spend time justifying the fee because you should have been doing that already through your presentation to the client.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to go back to your competition. We mentioned before you're in a competitive area.
Sure.
How much attention do you pay to your competition?
I'm not one that focuses a lot on my competition and sits back and worries about my competition or if they move agencies or they're doing something. I keep an eye on. Obviously, you're watching what listings are coming and going in the area, so you're seeing who's listing properties, who's not. But it's not something that I focus heavily on.
Yeah.
I sort of look after myself and worry that I'm doing things right and making sure that I get everything right that I should be doing, and the results will come from that. But I think focusing too much on competition is a little bit of a negative.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm watching what's happening out there now with other agents because I'm running an agency, and there's obviously an attraction there that you'd like to see some agents come over. So you're keeping an eye on what people are doing, but try not to drill down too much and focus on what they're actually doing.
Is there, when you are keeping an eye on other agents, is there anyone in Perth that you think is doing things really well?
I think there's clearly the REWA results will show who's doing things really well and who's not. And I think from there you've just got to maybe spot out some new people in the industry and see how they're going and what they're, if they're picking up some listings and getting some traction, then you keep a bit of an eye on how they're tracking. But the results speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So they come out every month, and at the end of the year you can see them. They're as clear as day.
Sure do. You mentioned attracting talent to business. What what sets you apart when you are talking to agents and talking to them about your culture or what you can offer? What is it that you're saying to them?
I suppose it gets back to just when I'm talking to agents, and we're just starting that process now of really getting to that, like I said before, and it's just about people coming on board and learning what I'm doing and what others are doing within our business, and finding out what makes that person tick. The cookie cutter model just doesn't work in real estate, in my opinion. And there's a lot of people who will try and tell people they've got to do things a certain way and you should be doing this, or this is the type of marketing you should be doing. And I'm not a true believer in that. I think everybody has different personalities, and that's the great thing about the world, is that we all have that. So you've got to find what makes that person tick, how they can be genuine to a client, and how you can then add on and assist them in gaining the traction that they want in the marketplace.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about just understanding and listening to people and saying and telling them that we're there to help them and guide them through it.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself and we'll make it work.
Yeah. Okay. Are you looking at in this phase where you are just starting to look at bringing people on? Will it be rookies or early level agents that you're looking to kind of coach and mentor, or are you looking to bring on some more experience, or it just depends?
Just depends, and it really who fits our business and who's going to work with it. We will really want a business that everyone gets along well with, and everyone's on a similar path. Everyone will have different goals of what they want to achieve, and I think that's fine. There's some that will want to achieve super high, and there are others that will be happy with another level. As long as everyone's on the same page and working towards their own goal, then that's what you want. You want to walk into a place and everyone's happy to be there. Everyone's smiling, laughing, and enjoying where they work. That's the most important thing. You don't want a disruptor, like we said, working within the business.
Fair enough. What do you think is something that you're really good at in the business, or as an agent, or both?
I think it gets back to I'm pretty simple. It's just communicating with people. I love talking to people, having a chat. So it really just comes down to that. Yeah.
And what motivates you? Is it just the people?
Yeah, look, I'm motivated by, I love what I do, so I'm motivated by helping people, by listing and selling properties and seeing people move on to what they want to move on to, or helping them through some troubles that they might be having. It's those sorts of things that get me up and get me motivated. I'm not one that's motivated by the dollar sign as such. That comes with the results.
Mm-hmm. How have you found, has there been a change in, I guess, the way your sellers their expectations of you in the last few years, or, as the market might be getting, we've been in a down market for a long time, but there are some people that are maybe going through some troubles. Obviously, things, they can research so much online now. Have you found that the expectation of you has changed from the seller side?
Oh, definitely. There's been some changes in the market with the market being down.
Yeah.
It's about being fairly direct and honest with people, I'm finding.
Yeah.
Explain exactly where the market is at. Don't give them unreasonable expectations. Mm-hmm. Explain that there is a process that we can go to try and get the best price for them. And that result will come down the track, and we'll be able to discuss that when we get that price. But being really upfront with them at the very beginning about where the property probably sits in the marketplace, what they're looking to achieve, and then how do we go about getting the best price for them.
Yeah. Are you finding people are receptive to that honesty about price, or are people...
I think so. Yeah, definitely. They are. Yeah, they can see where it's at and what's going on.
Yeah. Do you prefer to list or sell?
Personally, I get quite a buzz out of listing.
Yeah.
Selling is fantastic. You love getting that sale done, but that phone call to say you've won the listing, that's a really good call to get.
Yeah, beautiful. What do you think makes a successful agent? Across, I don't know. There's lots of successful agents.
There are.
Do you think there's one common?
And everyone's different.
Yeah.
I think they all love what they do.
Yeah.
They'll work extremely hard at what they do. Mm-hmm. And for the best part, they're all genuine as far as who they are as people. And you've met quite a few of them now. You've probably felt that. You could probably answer that question really well for me.
I think people work really hard.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yeah.
So that seems to be the common denominator. Is it's not an easy job from what
it's
I
not.
can see. I certainly wouldn't want to do it.
No, it's not.
I have to you guys every day.
No, it's not the job where you work a Saturday and have the week off and work your own hours. That's just all a myth in the industry.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it is if you want to be successful.
That's right. I think. Do you think with the how much more social media is a part of people's lives and people are getting a bit more of an insight into maybe what you guys do you think it's appreciated more? How difficult it is?
I don't know. The social media aspects that could be a whole different podcast, couldn't it? It has its pros and cons.
Absolutely.
If you spend too much time focusing on social media, you're not doing what you should be doing. Mm-hmm. Do people really care about who you are and what you are through social media? I don't think they do at all. They want someone who comes to their house who's really genuine. It's easy to communicate with and tells them exactly what they want to hear. So they don't want, you just got to be so careful. They don't want to see someone pretending to be the next up and coming TV star or movie star or rock star or whatever they want to be through social media. Mm-hmm. So I think with social media, it's very important to portray your true self, not who you're not or who you think you should be. Yeah. Because it'll stick out a mile when you actually go to meet them face to face.
Yeah, well that's the thing. If you're not genuine online and they have done a little bit of research beforehand, they're going to know straight away.
Exactly.
So how do you implement social media into your business? I know
very sporadically. If I've got a minute, I might put something up.
Use it personally?
I do use it personally, but it's not consistent, and you can see that on the timeline. Yeah. So there'll be days where there's nothing, and then there'll be days where there's quite a bit. So it just depends what's going on, really.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we can have a chat about
that. Yeah, that's right.
The last thing I wanted to ask you, as someone who's had such a long and successful career and still obviously has such a passion for what you do, is any advice that you would have for someone who is getting started out or is going through a tough patch?
Yeah, look, I think it's a common question in the industry, that one, isn't it? So for me, it gets back to everything I said before about being yourself, being genuine, being who you are, and then working out a business plan around that. Maybe I think people in Perth in a way always want to be that lead agent straight off, and they want to hit the ground running, which I get. I understand that. But I think with the way that technology has changed and the way the industry has changed, it's not a bad thing to go work for someone for a year or two and learn the ropes of a good agent. So I think, just learning from others and aligning yourself with someone who's going to take you for what you are and help you grow as the person you are, not sort of pretending to be something that you're not. Yeah.
Do you have a coach? Or have you worked with a coach in the past?
I have. Yeah, I've done a couple of coaching things, and obviously there's, the thing with real estate, there's so many different videos, podcasts, daily emails, and sometimes that can be a little bit too much. Yeah, because you're seeing people chop and change all the time down different paths because of what they're watching, or what they're seeing is they interview really successful agents, but that might not be how that person is going to be or how that person can operate. So you need to work out what's going to make you tick and what's going to work for you.
Yeah. In terms of the work ethic and the hard work that's required, I think some people are natural workhorses and they do a lot of work, and then some people do need maybe someone to help them stay accountable. Would you say that, especially in real estate where it is you are on your own?
Yeah, Oh, definitely. I think we all need someone to keep us accountable, regardless of who you are and what you are. And for some people, it's about regular catch-ups and regular meets. So they might want to talk on a weekly basis, or have an open phone line all the time that they can speak to. There's other people where it might be once a month that they just need to check in. And I think we all need that just to make sure that we're on the right path and set some goals and make sure that you're working towards them.
Mm-hmm. Who holds you accountable?
And my wife does a very good job of that, and like even the people around me in the office do a good job of that. And I'm my biggest critic as well, so I'm very harsh on myself. So I'm always watching what I'm doing and seeing if I can do things better.
Yeah. Beautiful. What's one of the biggest things that you kind of, I guess, are harsh on yourself about? Is there anything that's constantly cropping up that you're like, come on, Matt? Or is it just a little bits and pieces here?
Maybe phone calls or just little things like that, and probably more, you get more critical if you lose a listing or something like that, you'll go back and critique yourself and say, what did I do wrong? What could have I done better?
Yeah. Okay, well, that's it from me.
Great.
It wasn't too painful, I hope.
No, it was good.
I know I'm a little bit wary about coming in, so I do appreciate your time. And I'm sure people get a lot out of it, so thank you very much.
No worries.
And all the best for 2019.
Thank you. Thanks, Jess.
That's it for this episode. We'd love any feedback or guest suggestions, so hit me up on Instagram on Jess@Crib. And if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe and be sure to tell a friend.